Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. As you can tell behind me, we have a 2024 Dark Horse, and this is with the Tremec, and it also does have the Recaro seats, as you guys will see in a minute. I'm going to do a lot of videos on this channel. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff with a detailer that I actually used to work for, and you guys will see that in a second. We are bringing this to him momentarily, and we're going to get the drive there and go over all of the changes that we're going to be making, just kind of, I don't know, protective wise on this car. Obviously it is brand new, so there's nothing wrong with it as of right now, but here are those Recaros as you can see, and it is the Dark Horse, so we do have that nice badge right there too. So couple plans for this car. We don't really know exactly what we're going to be doing. I'm thinking that we're going to stick to like Ford performance parts and go with like maybe a Ford off the shelf tune. Maybe, I don't really know, because I do plan on tracking this car. I do plan on dragging this car, and we're just going to see kind of how this pans out and where we go with this. So like I said, we're about to be heading over to a detail shop. We might get some cool shots of some other cars while we're there too, which you guys can check out my TikTok. Link is in the description. I post all of the cars that are there. I kind of go in there, get some cool shots of cool cars, and you know, you guys can see all that there, and you might see some stuff on the vlogs on this channel as well. So let's go ahead and get this car started and get you guys a cold start. So as you guys can tell, this car is pretty loud, but let me go ahead and show you guys the interior now that we have it out. So this is kind of what the Recaros look like, not from outside the car. They look amazing. They have some awesome stitching. They have really nice, I guess, kind of suede-ish and nice leather as well. They are very, very comfortable, believe it or not. Let's go ahead and step in. So this is what it looks like with the gauge cluster and everything. I'm sure you guys have seen this a million times. I mean, we have different exhaust modes and everything. If you guys want, tell me and I will go over all of this stuff in a different video. Main thing that people like is the different cluster themes. We've got normal, sport, track, calm, which is kind of honestly similar to the other car that you guys saw in the garage, and then Fox body, which is people's favorite, but I like to drive it in normal most of the time unless I am in track mode. So let's go ahead and get on the road. So a couple things about the Dark Horse, if you didn't know. We are driving now, so hopefully you guys can hear good. That was up to 4,000 RPMs in normal mode. Now I don't know how bad the wind noise is for you guys, so let me go ahead and close the window that's over there by you guys, see if that might help or make it worse. So a couple things about the Dark Horse, if you guys didn't know. Basically, let me just close all these up so that we can get some really good just exhaust notes and everything while I'm talking. So if you guys didn't know, the Dark Horse comes stock from the factory with 500 horsepower. Now that is to the crank, and if you see like online and TikTok and stuff, there was one guy who has a kind of a dud, I believe, Jay. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he has a 10-speed, and it's seeming as if the 10 speeds are getting a lot less wheel horsepower than the manuals. The manuals are testing at around 440 to, I've seen up to 460 with premium and the carbon traps taken out of the intakes. Now I don't know if I'm going to take those out or not, because I'll probably just go with the performance intake anyways, but I guess we will see in these downshifts. Let me just, we'll go down to first gear too, just so that you guys can hear. They sound amazing, and as the radar detector goes off, again, normal mode, and I'm barely getting on it. This car is amazing. It does have active valve exhaust, meaning this is normal mode. I can turn it to quiet, sport, which is a little bit louder, and track, which is a lot louder. And we will probably do that for you guys at some point in this video, probably once we get to Jake's, which is, you guys will hear me just say Jake's all the time on this channel. That is the detail shop that we're going to called Pure Royalty. He's the owner of it. Really cool dude. Like I said, I used to work for him. If you guys knew, before this car, I actually had a 375 wheel horsepower WRX, believe it or not, that I traded in to get this, and he's the guy that wrapped that and everything, and he always has taken great care of everything that I brought to him. So, a little bit more about the Dark Horse though. Let's get back on topic. So, the Dark Horse, what is it? What makes it special? So, I would say, people are saying online that it's more comparable to a Mach 1 than anything, and I somewhat agree. But if you had to really put a number on it, I've seen people who drive and own GT350s, and they say that the Dark Horse is very comparable to that. Now, obviously, the GT350 is a flat plane crank, different engine, 5.2, and it revs out a little higher, which, I don't know. This 5.0 engine, the Gen 4 with the twin intakes, it has a much more linear power band than the Voodoo engine does. If you guys didn't know that, there's power pretty much everywhere. You get a lot of low end grunt, and it doesn't kind of get away from you up in those higher RPMs. Now again, I have not driven on the track yet, but we will be taking it. And on the track spec, basically this car comes with an oil cooler, a trans cooler, and a diff cooler. So it comes with a lot of track ready things. And I believe that it's lowered a little bit more than the GT Premium. Now, the stuff does have Magnerite suspension, and I did not go for the handling pack just because, honestly, I kind of like the ride of this. I have never driven the handling pack one, but it's $5,000, and it adds up quickly when you're already paying over MSRP for a Dark Horse. Now, if I'm ever able to drive a handling pack, that would be amazing, just so that I could really gauge the difference between these cars. I think that that would be a much better experience for me. That way I can say, hey, do you really need the handling pack? You do get 305s in the rear with that. I have 275s in the rear, which is plenty wide, I believe, with this car. We've got P0s on here. Everybody that's driven it hard, again, my car is still in break-in. We're at 472 miles, and we're still in break-in, so I have yet to actually get on this car too much. And there's a guy that's about to cause a crash right in front of me, so let me focus up real quick. So as I was saying, we're about to be getting on the highway up here. I keep on getting stuck at red lights, of course, but as you guys can hear, I mean, even in normal mode, normal driving, this car sounds amazing. I don't know, put down in the comments, we're about to put this thing in track mode and turn the windows down a little bit so you guys can hear underneath this tunnel before we get onto the highway. And I'll go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a run onto the highway too. Like I said, I haven't taken this thing over 6,000 RPMs just because we are kind of still in break-in. I want to get it to 1,000 before I really take it to redline. But let me know down in the comments if you guys think I should put a different exhaust on here. I think that it's plenty loud already, which we'll see in a second. All right, so we're about to go through this tunnel. Let's see what it sounds like. It's not too loud, actually. It's not too loud. There is a lot of traffic, so we are kind of bogging up the sound a little bit with all the cars around. But enter the highway. Let's give this car in front of us a little room and see what she sounds like. All right, and ready. So, as you guys can hear, track mode has some grunt to it. That was 5th gear, barely getting on it a little bit there just then. But as you guys can hear, I shifted at about 5,000, maybe 5,200, and we got a nice little crack getting onto the highway, which I love it. I mean, it sounds amazing. It is honestly a very, very good sounding car for stock. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, but let's see if you guys can pick up on this and I'll tell you what it is. We do have rev matching as a standard in this car, which, dude, this V8 screams. This Coyote engine is insane. But we do have rev matching stock, and we do also have no lift shift. If we are above 4,000 RPMs, we can just keep our foot flat on the gas and shift up a gear. And I've yet to do that too, obviously, because we're still breaking it in. But you guys will see on this channel, we'll be doing a lot of that type of stuff. And we will be going to the track. I promise you guys, we are going to the track. We will also be going to a drag strip multiple times. We're going to see what type of runs we can get in with this. I want to learn the car. I want to have fun with it. I want to actually drive this Dark Horse. We're not just going to let it sit in our garage. So with all that, let's go ahead and get one little downshift and quick little pull here, and I'll see you guys at Jake's after that. You know what, I might as well give you guys one more little pull. Also, I do want to say this mode that I'm driving the car in is, well, you guys probably can't hear me now, but let's go ahead and see what she's sounding like. Alright, yeah, like I said, the car is just in normal mode. This is track exhaust mode, but the car itself is in normal mode. This thing is nice. M3 comp. Pretty cool. I actually really like this interior, not gonna lie. I think the Recaros are better though. But as you can tell, we are at the shop now. We'll go over everything with Jake in a minute. That's not Jake, but we'll go over everything with him in a minute. I'm gonna grab some lunch first, but M3 comp next to the Dark Horse. Looking pretty nice. Honestly, it doesn't really show it up. I think that they both look really cool. So, catch up with you guys in a minute. All right, so as you can see, it is much later in the day, and there's actually something that I forgot to mention. That is also my Mustang. It's a 99 GT with only 13,000 miles on it, so I'm driving that for the next week. You guys will see a couple of videos on it while I'm kind of out of this car. It is getting ceramic coated, so we're just gonna go over a couple of things that he mentioned that we're gonna be doing. So obviously, whole car is gonna be ceramic coated, but I am also ceramic coating the wheels and some kind of coating on the tires as well that basically makes it look like it is always shined instead of me having to put shine on every time I wash the car. So that should help a lot. And we are also going to be coating these stripes, this, and the windshield, just to kind of help with, you know, preventative scratches or pretty much anything that could get on there. So that's going to be really, really cool. I am honestly debating getting these Brembos painted like a deepish red, kind of almost like the color of that car over there, if you guys can see, just because, I don't know, I just don't really like the look of these. They do have some sort of bluish flake on them, but it almost looks like it's like some sort of overspray from when they were actually painting the deep indigo calipers in the factory. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look that great. So we're gonna fix that up and kind of see where that takes us. Let's go see if there's anything that I missed that he might want to tell you guys. All right, so this is Jake. He's gonna be the one doing most of the ceramic coating, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything that like I missed? I basically went over, you know, coating the stripes, coating the glass, and everything like that. That's pretty much it, right? And I mean, obviously the car.
Yeah, coating everything.
All right.
Coat
and
it all.
So you were recommending kind of painting those calipers a deep red, right?
They could look good red.
Yeah. You have a picture of it. So
Yeah.
I think that it'll look really good instead of kind of like the more normal bright red. That was actually his idea. If you guys saw, I used to have my old Mustang ones painted red, but it was like neon red from like the AutoZone paint. Did that like 8 years ago. So this is gonna be a little bit better, but yeah, ceramic coating is gonna be going on. I'll be back at this shop probably in about like, I don't know, somewhere around like 5 days to update you guys. And then we're getting it tinted. And then in a couple weeks, we'll be doing those calipers. So I'm gonna go start my Mustang and show you guys the old 99. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a quick startup of the 4.6. This is a lot different than a 5.0, but there is a Borla H pipe on this, so it is a little bit loud. And we do have a little bit of, as you can probably hear, we have a little bit of noise from the engine bay, but we'll give it a couple revs. Hopefully that's not too loud. It is already warmed up and everything. I've already driven it, so let's go ahead and see what that sounded like. That was only a 3K. It sounds really good, but I'm kind of in a hurry right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and follow Jake, come back here, and hopefully wash this thing. Maybe you guys will see a time lapse of that. If not, I'll probably talk to you guys later. So yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. We have the 99 back at our house. So if you guys are hyped for more Dark Horse content, definitely stay posted, drop a like, subscribe, and definitely check out my TikTok because I post a bunch of cool little things over there. And if you guys want to see anything specific with this car or the Dark Horse, definitely let me know in the comments down below. See you guys in the next one.